As I think all of you know, yesterday in the morning, we had a murder that occurred in the 500 block of Frontier Court. And we wanted to take the opportunity to update you with what we've been able to develop to this point so far. We have been able to ID the victim through the Tarrant County Medical Examiner's Office. The victim has been identified as Anita Dyson Fox, white female, 72 years old. She was discovered deceased. She was the homeowner's housekeeper. She was there to clean the house. The homeowners were not home at the time that this occurred. She was discovered by another employee of the family. There were some obvious signs of trauma. However, at this point, we do not have a definitive cause of death. We're still waiting on the medical examiner's office to determine that. However, during the course of the investigation, we have developed a person or persons and vehicle of interest. And we would like to put that information out to you today. We will have a packet available for you. We were able to ascertain a composite of a person that was seen in the area. What would have been shortly after the offense occurred. And so obviously we would like to talk to that person. And we also have a vehicle description, and that will be included in the packet. At this time, the vehicle, we believe it to be a mid-2000s two-door pickup truck. It was unknown make and model, cream or champagne in color, with metal or pipe racks in the back of the bed. So it would be like a pipe rack on top of the bed. We do not have a license plate. We will have information on a contact phone number if anybody has any information related to the composite drawing that we're going to release, or a vehicle that matches that description that may have been seen in the area. We obviously would like to have that information so we can follow up on it. The description of the individual that was seen in the area is a white male, approximately 40 years old, 5'8", heavy set, very short blonde or gray hair, wearing a blue or gray t-shirt and blue jeans shorts. And again, we will have that information available for you. And I'll be happy to take any questions that you may have at this time.
Chief, have you ruled out a domestic situation? Are you pretty confident that the victim did not know this person of interest?
We have not ruled anything out. We are leaving everything open, and we are actively following up every angle possible.
Chief, yesterday you said the public should not be that concerned. Are you still saying that? And if so, why?
You know, obviously when you have something of this magnitude, there is cause for concern, but we don't have anything in this investigation that's turned up at this point that we think that there is an ongoing threat.
Can you say, Chief, how you developed this composite, and also any ideas on motive right now, and how was she killed?
We do not have a motive at this point. There was a person in the area that did see this subject and the vehicle leaving the area, and so that's where we developed the information. Again, this is just a person of interest. We don't have any suspects at this time, so we don't have any motive at this time, and we're still waiting on the cause of death. As I said yesterday, there was some obvious signs of trauma, but we do not know the exact cause of death.
So the person of interest seen leaving in that car around the same time?
Exactly,
Okay, so that's your connection there.
yes.
And this was just a report from that one person who spotted someone?
Yes.
Or were you able to glean anything from like a home security system or neighboring houses that might have had cameras, anything like that?
We continue to canvass the neighborhood, but at this point, we have not turned anything in.
Was there any other crime committed besides killing her?
Not that we're aware of at this point.
No robbery?
We're still, conducting the investigation, so I really don't want to speak to that.
How concerned are you that it's a 72-year-old woman?
I'm concerned with the fact that we had a homicide, a murder in our city. So, obviously, our hearts go out to the family, but anybody of any age, we're concerned about that.
Does it appear that the housekeeper was already in the house and this person maybe surprised her? Or did she just walk in and this person was already inside?
I wouldn't want to speculate on that. We just don't know at this point.
Where exactly in the house was her body found?
It was in the front part of it.
And this picture of her, when is this? This is the victim. When was this taken?
I do not know it exactly.
Okay.
We've spoken to many neighbors there who tell us that they moved here because it is so safe, and obviously their level of alarm would be much greater if this is random, and if this was not something personal. Anything else you can say to reassure them at this point?
I would just say that we are a very safe community, and we continue to be a very safe community. And, unfortunately, in the world that we live in, these tragic events happen, and they can happen in any community. And they can rest assured that we are using every resource that we have available to us to continue to work through this. Our detectives have worked tirelessly through the night, following up on every angle that we can come up with, and that's how we've developed this information. Our federal partners, our local partners, the Texas Rangers have been terrific in offering us any assistance that they can. And so, they hopefully take some solace in that we're doing everything we possibly can do to solve this crime.
Chief, have you stepped of officer presence in that neighborhood?
Yes, we have.
How so?
We are making sure all the district officers are aware of it and doing frequent patrol in that area.
Chief, the man who found him, the man who found her, the woman that found her, I'm sorry. Can you kind of go into the specifics of that?
I don't want to go into a lot of specifics, but what I can tell you is it was another person that was employed by the homeowner to take care of plants and was just showing up to do her work.
What role do the Texas Rangers and you mentioned your federal partners, what role are they playing in this?
For the Rangers, we have a ranger that works this area, works with all the agencies in this area, and is a frequent partner of ours, especially on any major investigation. He has a great relationship with our criminal investigations division and is a great partner. And obviously with his state resources, we have, it expands our knowledge base and our reach. As a matter of fact, the number that's listed in the packet that you have for people to call and give that information to is a Texas Department of Public Safety Fusion Center that's working with us to gather any kind of information that the public may have. As far as our federal partners, we utilized the FBI yesterday in their evidence collection team, and so they were a great asset in that.
So it's more just a function of you being a smaller department?
Yes, it gives us additional resources.
Chief?
And we are still the lead agency in the investigation, but they are great partners with us.
Chief, have you shown this composite to the homeowners and or other neighbors? And are they familiar with him, or are there any people that say, yeah, I think I saw this guy too?
I'm not going to speak to that. That will be integral to the investigation. But we just want to see if there's anybody out there in the public that recognizes this and could be additional help to us.
Was there,
you know, I understand that you don't know the cause of death, but was there a gunshot wound? Was there a stab wound?
I really don't want to speak to that. You know, some of that is information at this point with what we have that only the suspect would know. And so I certainly don't want to compromise the investigation by getting into that level of detail.
Was anything that could potentially be used as a murder weapon found on the scene?
Again, I really don't want to get into what we found because that could be very useful as the investigation moves forward.
Was it unusual for her to come to work without the homeowners there? And was she the only person that, besides the gardener that came later, I mean, was she the only person that was supposed to be there working at the time? Did anyone determine that?
As far as I know, I don't know the exact working relationship that the family had with, but it was not uncommon, and they expected her to be there, and the other employee as well.
Was she found inside or outside?
Inside the home.
Chief, a neighbor told us that about a week or so ago, they had to call officers because a strange man had shown up on a Sunday morning, ringing doorbells and going from house to house. Has someone already spoken with that officer and those neighbors to see if there's any resemblance to this person of interest?
We have, followed up on every call that we've had in that area, and we'll continue to do that.
Where's the family now who lives in that house?
We released the home back to them, so I'm not sure.